Hello, everybody. I'm Johnny McCobb, the creep of the class. I'm here at Horror News Net TV, and today I want to talk about the new up-and-coming Venom movie. It's supposed to come out this fall. Venom, in case you're not aware, he's a comic book character. He's one of Spider-Man's biggest villains, but he's a more complex character. He's not just a villain. In later appearances, he became something of an anti-hero. In fact, at one point, he basically left New York City and went to the opposite side of the coast from Spider-Man and became a superhero in his own right in San Francisco. He was known as Venom, the Lethal Protector. Not as kind to criminals as, say, Spider-Man would be, where he would just web them up and leave them for the cops. Usually, criminals that encountered Venom did not survive long enough to make it to prison. Uh, he's a hero, but he's still pretty unhinged. But anyway, they've been trying to make a Venom movie for literally years, like over a decade. They've been trying to get this done, and it just never happened. They tried to do a spin-off movie after, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 3, but the reception to that movie was lukewarm at best, so it just never happened, especially after Sam Raimi went his separate ways, and the fourth movie in the franchise was canceled in the pre-production stages. So now we're in this interesting situation with Marvel and Sony, where Sony still has the rights to all of this, to Spider-Man and all the Spider-Man characters, but Marvel has kind of worked out a deal with them where they can use Spider-Man again. So Sony themselves, they're not going to use Spider-Man, but they can still do anything with any of the other Spider-Man characters. Um, Hence this film. So obviously they needed to change the origins a little bit. So we're going to see basically a Venom origin story that doesn't involve Spider-Man at all, which is a little bit different, but hey, whatever. I'm game for it. I mean, the movie looks great. They just dropped the trailer yesterday. Let's take a look at it.
You should be extremely afraid. Thank you for bringing us collectively to this moment. It is a moment that so many have dreamed of claiming. History starts today.
The guy you work for is an evil person.
I don't work for him. My firm works for him. Are you gonna behave yourself tomorrow?
I told you I'm gonna do my job. I'm a reporter. I follow people that do not want to be followed.
What about the allegations that you recruit the most vulnerable for tests that end up killing people?
Your time to go.
You finished, Mr. Brock?
Was that a threat?
You had to learn how to hide in plain sight. I'm pretty good at it. But you suck. Whoever you are.
I work at the Life Foundation, and I need your help. We found something. We call them symbiotes. Carlton Drake believes that the union between human and symbiote is the key to our evolution.
I'm feeling really sick. I'm hearing a voice. Eddie. You're not real. You were just in my head.
I'm gonna need Mr. Drake's property back.
I don't know. Why would we do that?
If you're gonna stay, you will only hurt bad people.
The way I see it, we can do whatever we want. Do we have a deal?
Are you willing to sacrifice the one thing you hold most dear? You should be extremely afraid. What the hell are you?
We are Venom.
So pretty freaking badass.
You should be.
Sorry, I was checking my phone there. I was actually looking up that name, Carlton Drake. It sounded familiar, and yeah, that's actually a name from the comics. Um, So this is interesting here. Let's take a look at this, what we have going on in this movie. So obviously we have Tom Hardy. He's playing Venom. Now Tom Holland, Peter Parker, is rumored to make some sort of appearance in the movie. Whether or not that happens or not, who knows? Anne Waiting, that is also a character from the comic book. That was Eddie Brock's girlfriend at one point, and at one point the symbiote actually goes onto her, and she becomes She-Venom. Whether we're going to see that or not in the movie, I don't know. Now we have two roles here that they don't have characters attached to. So what's interesting is the rumor regarding Woody Harrelson here, and the rumor is that he is going to be Carnage. Carnage is supposed to be the main villain in this movie, although the actor playing him has not been revealed yet. And that's supposedly who Woody is here. Now, Carnage is another symbiote, straight up supervillain, and he's insane. He's a serial killer with superpowers, basically. The symbiote that he's attached to is basically the offspring of the Venom symbiote. And it's more powerful overall. Now, the alter ego of Carnage is named Cletus Cassidy. He was a serial killer long before he gained a symbiote and superpowers as a result. And he's young. He's very energetic and all over the place, very manic, I would say. And I really just can't picture Woody Harrelson playing the role. I mean, obviously he's played serial killers before, you know, natural-born killers, etc., etc. But characters he's played in the past have always been very deliberate, methodical. He's got that Western style to him. And I just don't think that fits Cletus very well. But we will see what happens there. So let's take a look at the trailer again, and let's do a breakdown. Because, you know, there's several things in here that are mentioned. So let's take a look.
You should be extremely afraid.
Venom, the official trailer.
Thank you for bringing us collectively to this moment.
So, the Venom symbiote came from outer space. In a lot of adaptations, like animated series and stuff, they've shown it just crashed to Earth on a meteor or a space shuttle like they're showing here. In the comic books, it came from a world called Battle World, from the, what was that? Secret Wars.
I don't work for him.
Spider-Man obtained it.
Are you gonna behave yourself tomorrow?
I told you I'm gonna do my job. I'm a reporter. I follow people that
Eddie Brock, I think Tom Hardy is a great casting choice for Eddie Brock.
Vulnerable for tests that end up killing people.
Your time to go.
You finished, Mr. Brock?
Was that a threat?
You had to learn how to hide in plain sight. I'm pretty good at it. But you suck. Whoever you are.
I work at the Life Foundation, and I need your help.
Now, the Life Foundation was an organization that appeared in, I think, at least a couple different storylines. The main one that it appeared in was a miniseries called Venom: Separation Anxiety, where the Life Foundation basically stole Eddie Brock's Venom symbiote and they cloned it and created 5 other symbiotes and put them on hosts that they could control. Now, they went rogue, and Venom ended up having to stop them. Now, what's interesting, what I think is going to happen with this is I think they're going to kind of adapt that a little bit. And instead of having it create these 5 other symbiotes that, you know, just kind of are not very important to the overall mythos, because, you know, no one really even knows who these symbiotes are. There was one called Agony, there was one called Scream, etc., etc. No one's ever heard of them. You know, the 2 that people know about, Venom and Carnage. And I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to adapt it so that when they obtain the Venom symbiote, I think they're going to clone it and create the Carnage symbiote. I think that's how they're going to create Carnage in this.
Symbiotes. Carlton Drake believes that the union between human and
Carlton Drake was the leader of the Life Foundation in the comics. He's overall a pretty minor character in Marvel, though.
symbiote is the key to our evolution.
I'm feeling really sick. I'm hearing a voice.
Eddie.
You're not real. You were just in my head.
I'm gonna need Mr. Drake's property back.
I don't know. Why would we do that? If you're gonna stay, you will only hurt bad people.
The way I see it, we can do whatever we want.
And I love this because this type of inner conflict and dialogue is something that we see a lot of with Venom in the comics. So I'm loving how accurate this depiction is of the character. It's much more true to the actual character than, say, what we got in Spider-Man 3.
Are you willing to sacrifice the one thing you hold most dear? You should be extremely afraid. What the hell are you?
We are Venom.
And there's the money shot. That right there, that looks freaking amazing. That is amazing. That's Venom. That is Venom. That is, I mean, the what we got with Spider-Man 3 was a pale comparison. He was this skinny thing. His face looked ridiculous. He was played by freaking what was his name? Topher Bell or whatever. Topher Bell. It's just bad casting, bad effects, bad design. It just looked dreadful, and it was dreadful. It was just bad. It was just bad. And this looks amazing. That is, I never thought we would get Venom that looked like that in the live action big screen. So yeah, this is just the first trailer that came out. Rumor is the movie is going to be R-rated, supposedly. Whether or not that actually happens, who knows? But I mean, they will have more trailers. I'm assuming they will have some trailers. We'll find out exactly who Woody Harrelson is playing. We'll get to see some footage of Carnage. I'm really looking forward to seeing how that goes. But overall, I am very satisfied with what I am seeing here. Sony has been very hit or miss with their handling of Spider-Man and related properties. Personally, I enjoyed Amazing Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man 2, yes, they tried to focus too much on a combined universe, trying to ape the MCU too much. But overall, I enjoyed that as well. I mean, I liked Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. I did. He was a little bit more. He was a little bit of a different take. I liked him better than Tobey Maguire. I'll say that. You know, Tobey Maguire was way too old for the role, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm very interested to see what happens with this and whether or not, you know, if it goes well, maybe Marvel will work out some deal and they'll try to work it in so it's an official MCU canon. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I'm Johnny Macabre. I'm the creep with the class. I'm here at Horror News Net TV. I will see you all next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.